Yeah, I'll take you places you don't know.
Everybody, can you hear me? You got to let your heart decide if you're ready for the weekend. Then let me see your hands up high.
Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going
Everybody, can you hear me? You got to let your heart decide if you're ready for the weekend. Then let me see your hands up high.
Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going down. Tonight we're going down.
Will refile Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. More than 60,000 plaintiffs have filed lawsuits against J&J as part of the proposed settlement. The company does not admit any wrongdoing. Well, a new survey shows more people are unhappy with the state of customer service. Streaming on CBS News New York at 1:20, we'll tell you the #1 reason why. And then at 1:50, the hit CBS show The Neighborhood celebrates its 100th episode.
People don't really get to this number anymore. It's not as common as it used to be, man. And so really proud of this show. Really happy that we made it to this milestone.
Scan the QR code to download the free CBS News app. Click live and find CBS News New York. You can also watch on Pluto TV, and we'll be right back.
There's something happening.
Something.
Mama, ich hab den Job. Sie hat den Job. Sie hat den Job. Sie hat den Job. Ja.
Finde auch du deinen Ich hab den Job auf Stepstone.
International flavors all so different. Original chicken so magnificent. There is really no equivalent. Unrivaled all three. MBK, have it your way.
Quanta fretta, ma dove corri? Dove vai? Se ci ascolti per un momento capirai. Wow. Luca, das kann man ja nicht mit ansehen. Kommst du?
Wir kommen nicht mal in die Nähe der Oberfläche. Verstanden?
Alles Gute kommt von oben. Laufen, Luft, der Himmel, Wolken, die Sonne. Wow, du darfst nicht hinsehen. War ein Witz, du musst sogar hinsehen.
Warst du schon mal im Menschendorf?
Klar. Bin eine Art Experte. Wow. Ciao, ciao.
Hey, kick zu mir!
Da hatte aber jemand Glück.
Hey, lass ihn in Ruhe! Rauf mit euch!
Macht einen Club auf! Für Loser!
Mein Name ist Julia Marcovaldo. Wir Außenseiter müssen zusammenhalten.
Was ist an der Außenseite?
Das ist mein Papa.
Was bringt der damit wohl um?
Alles, was schwimmt.
Coming up on CBS News beginning at 5 o'clock, one of the world's largest pickleball venues in the country is opening right in our backyard. We're going to show you what it's going to look like and the effort to refocus the mall. It will go into away from just retail. And then coming up at 6, warmer weather means more mosquitoes and ticks tonight. The warning from the New York State Health Department. We'll have those stories and much more on CBS 2 News tonight beginning at 5 o'clock. Thanks so much for watching CBS 2 News at noon. I'm Chris Araghi. The news continues now on our streaming service, CBS News New York. Have a great afternoon. See you tomorrow morning at 4:30.
Dein Leben ist so viel cooler als meins. Man denkt so oft, dass man etwas nicht kann. Aber man muss es einfach nur versuchen.
Ihr seid nur kleine Fische.
Das ist zu gefährlich. Sie werden uns sehen.
Dein Problem? Du hast einen Bruno in deinem Schädel.
Ein Bruno.
Sag Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Lauter! Silenzio Bruno!
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno!
Silencio Bruno.
Kannst du ihn noch hören?
Nein, nur noch dich.
Gut! Jetzt halt dich fest!
Silencio Bruno.
Was stimmt nicht mit dir, Stupido?
Du bist dran. Sag den Satz.
Was stimmt nicht mit dir, Stupido?
This is CBS News, New York.
We've got dreary conditions across the tri-state area today and much cooler temperatures than what we had yesterday and what we're going to have tomorrow. 56 degrees, that is the forecast high for today. The norm is 58, so we fall shy of that by 2 degrees if we don't get any warmer than 56. Obviously nowhere near a record. Sunrise this morning was at 6:33, but there hasn't been much sun to see because of all of the clouds. We started this day with clouds and fog, and the clouds really just stick around for most of the day. We also are seeing some some areas of drizzle, maybe a little bit of light shower activity. Very light precip today. Tomorrow, we do have a chance for thunderstorms as this system moves in our direction. So all of this shower thunderstorm activity firing up just ahead of a cold front, and that front will be pushing through the tri-state area. So what we see first is a surge in warm air and then the potential for stormy weather. So we will be on yellow alert for Thursday afternoon specifically. That's when we could see showers and thunderstorms. There is a marginal risk that any of the thunderstorms that develop south and west of New York City could be severe. So we're watching for some isolated damaging winds. So there's a lot going on potentially for tomorrow. As we go through the remainder of the afternoon, you do see obviously more of those clouds, perhaps a little bit of a break in the clouds as we head to the south. But for most of us, we stay cloudy all day. Things stay damp. Could see some more organized showers this evening. As we head into the overnight hours, we should see or are likely to see a couple of cells with some heavier rain as well. But it really does look like, again, clouds, fog, lighter precipitation until the afternoon. That's when we start to see some more organized wet weather pushing in. This line of showers and thunderstorms starts to cross the area about 4 or 5 o'clock. So unfortunately, this looks like a Thursday evening commute situation where we could be seeing some heavy rain and possibly some thunderstorms still through about 7 o'clock, kind of rough weather. And then things dry out Thursday night into Friday, although Friday we're still seeing some clouds. And then it looks like we get much nicer weather for Saturday and for Easter Sunday. So we are going to see an improvement. It just takes a little time. So for today, cloudy, damp, and cool, 56 degrees. Tomorrow, 75 degrees, but with showers and thunderstorms possible. So Thursday is a yellow alert day.
Donald Trump lashing out at the judge and prosecutor overseeing his criminal case in Manhattan. Trump's remarks last night at Mar-a-Lago follow his arraignment Tuesday on 34 felony charges of falsifying business records. CBS News' Elijah Westbrook is in the newsroom with more with what the president is saying.
Good afternoon. Well, Trump spoke with his supporters at Mar-a-Lago last night and insisted he did nothing wrong and that the indictment is all an attack. We also heard from his lead defense attorney, who's calling the charges political. Donald Trump defending himself at a rally held at Mar-a-Lago just hours after the world watched him get charged with the crime.
Now they have really stepped up their efforts by indicting the 45th president of the United States who received.
Hours prior, inside this Manhattan criminal courthouse, cameras were allowed to get video of Trump walking into the courtroom, but once inside, the media was allowed to only take still photos. These pictures captured the moments the former president seemingly looked somber as he listened to the charges being brought against him. He said very little, but remained adamant that he was not guilty.
The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
The Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg laid out the case against Trump, which he allegedly orchestrated a scheme to influence the 2016 presidential election by suppressing negative stories with hush money payments. This includes to adult film star Stormy Daniels, who received $130,000 from Trump's then-fixer Michael Cohen, $150,000 to former Playboy model Karen McDougal, who claims she had an affair with Trump, and $30,000 to a former Trump Tower doorman who claims Trump had fathered a child out of wedlock, a story later found to be false.
The participant scheme was illegal. The scheme violated New York election law, which makes it a crime to conspire to promote a candidacy by unlawful means.
Another key element of the case is that the DA proves business fraud was done to hide other crimes. Law experts say the DA details a mountain of evidence, but Trump's lead attorney, Joe Tacopina, this morning said the charges are political.
No crime at all, at all.
And let's also keep in mind that the former president faces 3 other investigations that could lead to indictments. That's the very latest here in the newsroom. I'm Elijah Westbrook, CBS 2 News.
But let's focus on this case and what comes next in this case. CBS News' Alice Gaynor was one of roughly 50 journalists in the courtroom yesterday. She has firsthand perspective and joins us now. Alice.
Chris, as far as arraignments go, this one was fairly lengthy. And once he was arraigned, they went over a few other items. That included scheduling. Prosecutors said they were thinking of a January 2024 trial, but the defense shot back. That was premature, considering in that moment they had only just seen the indictment. So they are predicting a spring 2024 trial would be more likely. During former President Donald Trump's arraignment, the judge told both parties, please speak to your witnesses, defense counsel, speak to your client, and anybody else you need to, and remind them to please refrain from making statements that are likely to incite violence or civil unrest. This after prosecutors brought up numerous recent inflammatory social media posts by Mr. Trump. Despite the judge's request, Trump posted on Truth Social numerous times since his court appearance, blasting the indictment. But the judge merely made a request, and the prosecution did not ask for a gag order. And even if they had, the judge says he would not have imposed one. Legal experts have been weighing in now that the indictment has been unsealed.
The indictment talks about concealing another crime, but it doesn't actually tell you what that crime is, which is an unusual way to approach it, to say the least. There's more there, which maybe they'll bring up during the pendency of this case.
Former Trump lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen, a likely witness for the prosecution, spoke with CNN last night.
Mr. Bragg and his qualified team will be providing a significant amount of documentary evidence that will corroborate all of the allegations or the statements that he has in this document.
Some say Trump's legal team could try to delay the case or get it dismissed.
Trump supporters are saying these charges would never be brought if we weren't talking about a candidate for the presidency and ultimately the president. And actually, legally, that's true in this way. What Alvin Bragg is alleging here is a scheme to try and defraud the American public, is a scheme to try to take negative stories out of the public conversation and basically hide from the voters the truth of a presidential candidate and what he is really like. So in that way, he's right. These alleged crimes are unique to somebody who is running for high office.
Well, over the next few months, both sides will file and respond to motions, and both sides are working out a protective agreement over discovery evidence. Prosecutors want to make sure Trump does not post or share the material with others. His next in-court appearance is scheduled, Chris, for December.
Okay, Alice Gaynor, thank you, Alice. And be sure to stay with CBS 2 for complete coverage as the case with the former president moves forward. We'll have updates, the latest updates on the air and our streaming channel, CBS News New York. You can also read the full indictment on our website. Well, city officials announced a tentative contract agreement with the PBA that will offer pay increases for NYPD officers for the first time in 6 years. The 8-year agreement, retroactive to 2017, would cover about 23,000 members of the city's police force.
Year after year, the men and women who place themselves on the front line cannot come to the table and just get the adequate financial support they deserve. We were very clear in my conversation with Pat that we were going to sit down and do a fair negotiation.
This deal represents the first contract agreement with a union representing uniformed workers under the Adams administration. Well, the Israeli forces' attack on worshippers from inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem is drawing condemnation from the Palestinians today. The Arab League is holding an emergency meeting to discuss the police raid. The attack left at least 12 Palestinians injured overnight. The raids continued into the morning when Israeli forces were once again seen assaulting and pushing Palestinians, preventing them from praying. At least 400 Palestinians were arrested and remain in Israeli custody. Police have released surveillance images of a man accused of sexually abusing a woman in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. They are searching for the man in connection with the incident. Police say this man, on March 13th, a 28-year-old woman was working in the basement of a building near Myrtle and Nostrand Avenues. They say the man approached her, grabbed her chest, pushed her down, and tried to pull down her pants. When the woman screamed, the man ran off. She was not hurt. Well, the NYPD has photos today of the teenagers wanted in the destruction of a church statue in Queens. Police say the 3 teens, likely between the ages of 15 and 17, were caught on surveillance video 2 weeks ago, taking the statue of an angel from the Holy Family Church in Fresh Meadows. The group is accused of throwing the statue to the ground, smashing it into pieces. The teens then ran away. The statue had stood at that church for 10 years. Another sea mammal has been found dead in our area. The dolphin was found this morning just after 7 on Beachside in Edgewater Park in the Bronx. Witnesses say the dolphin has cuts on its body. No word yet on how long that dolphin had been there. Just ahead on CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News New York, the founder of Cash App is dead, killed in a stabbing in San Francisco. What we are just learning about the case. And
the level of professionalism that not only the officers displayed, but all of our police officers on that day.
NYPD officers involved in a machete attack on New Year's Day receive a special honor from the city.
Quanta fretta, ma dove corri? Dove vai? Se ci ascolti per un momento capirai. Lui è il gatto ed io la volpe. Stiamo in società.
Wow, Luca. That was hard to watch. You, coming?
Di noi ti puoi fidare.
We do not go anywhere near the surface. Got it? Everything good is above the surface. Walking. Air! The sky, clouds, the sun. Whoa, don't look at it. Just kidding. Definitely look at it.
Have you ever gone to the human town?
Yeah. I'm kind of an expert.
Hey, little hats!
Someone got lucky today.
Hey, leave them alone! Hop on.
Go start a club for losers.
My name is Julia Marcavaldo. We underdogs have to look out for each other.
What's under the dogs?
This is my dad.
What do you think he kills with those?
Anything that swims.
Your life is so much cooler than mine. There's a million things you think you can't do. All you need is a chance to try.
Something's fishy with you two.
This is too dangerous. Lucius!
I know your problem. You got a Bruno in your head.
A Bruno.
Say, Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Louder. Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Can you still hear him?
Nope, just you.
Good. Now hang on.
Silencio Bruno.
What's wrong with you, stupido?
You do it now. Just say the thing.
What's wrong with you, stupido?
Quanta fretta, ma dove corri? Dove vai? Se ci ascolti per un momento capirai. Lui è il gatto ed io la volpe. Stiamo in società. Wow, Luca, das kann man ja nicht mit ansehen. Kommst du?
Di noi ti puoi fidare.
Wir kommen nicht mal in die Nähe der Oberfläche. Verstanden?
Alles Gute kommt von oben. Laufen, Luft, der Himmel, Wolken, die Sonne. Wow, du darfst nicht hinsehen. War ein Witz, du musst sogar hinsehen.
Warst du schon mal im Menschendorf?
Klar. Bin eine Art Experte. Wow. Ciao, ciao.
Hey, kick zu mir.
Da hatte aber jemand Glück.
Hey, lass ihn in Ruhe. Rauf mit euch.
Macht einen Club auf. Für Loser.
Mein Name ist Julia Marcavaldo. Wir Außenseiter müssen zusammenhalten.
Was ist an der Außenseite?
Das ist mein Papa.
Was bringt der damit wohl um?
Alles, was schwimmt.
Dein Leben ist so viel cooler als meins. Man denkt so oft, dass man etwas nicht kann. Aber man muss es einfach nur versuchen.
Ihr seid nur kleine Fische.
Das ist zu gefährlich. Sie werden uns sehen.
Dein Problem? Du hast einen Bruno in deinem Schädel.
Ein Bruno.
Sag Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Lauter. Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Kannst du ihn noch hören?
Nein, nur noch dich.
Gut. Jetzt halt dich fest.
Silenzio Bruno.
Was stimmt nicht mit dir, stupido?
Du bist dran. Sag den Satz.
Was stimmt nicht mit dir, stupido?
okay.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to rule the world.
Wow, yay.
But there's one problem. There's a human, has a mustache, just like you.
You think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat with the letter of his first name on it? Because I don't.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Oh, I got this. No problem. Yes!
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Ah! Get it off, get it off, get it off!
There's a huge universe out there.
Whoa.
With a lot of galaxies. They're all counting on us. No pressure.
A new survey shows Americans are more frustrated with customer service than ever before. Christian Benavides tells us why.
Paul Reichman had a recent run-in with customer service at an airline, trying to get a voucher for a canceled flight.
It took me about, I would say, 18 months to finally get the voucher.
Summer and Troy Jeffrey needed help solving a hotel booking problem.
What is it like right now calling a customer service agent?
If you can get through to a customer service agent, you know, it's always automated, so it's hard to actually speak to someone.
The aggravation is reflected in the latest edition of the National Customer Rage Survey. A record 74% of Americans said they had a service or product issue in the past year, and 63% of those said they felt some sort of rage trying to resolve the issue.
The survey found frustrated Americans are getting more vocal. 43% admitted yelling or raising their voice at customer service agents.
You could be on a customer service phone waiting an hour and a half sometimes. And whose blood isn't going to boil?
To repeat this menu, press 9.
Many consumers also get angry using automated systems. Others have difficulty just finding contact information for a company.
If you try and go to a lot of websites these days,
it's almost impossible to figure out where should I go to get help.
Scott Bredsman is CEO of the organization behind the survey and says companies risk losing customers and receiving negative reviews.
The percentage of people posting a complaint on social media has more than doubled since 2020. Now it's about 1 out of every 3 consumers will publicly post their complaint.
And customer dissatisfaction is poised to grow as companies rely more heavily on technology instead of people to handle service issues. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Welcome back to CBS News New York. Time now for another